Hey Foodie Fam, welcome back. I'm Chantel and I lost 44 pounds of counting following a plant-based lifestyle, and today we are using up some leftover produce that I have in the house and we are making some sweet potato nachos. Let's get into it. Alright, let's talk sweet potatoes. These are going to be the base of our nachos, so instead of using chips, we are using these. I am using small to medium-sized sweet potatoes so that when I slice them up, they're going to be in bite-sized pieces as opposed to big old slices of sweet potato. I already washed these sweet potatoes really good because I like to keep the skin on it for some extra fiber and also for some extra flavor. I'm cutting my slices into about a 1/4 inch thick because we don't want it too thin because they will burn in the oven. And we don't want it too thick either because they kind of turn into hockey pucks and that's just not interesting to eat. And at this point, you could preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your sweet potatoes are sliced up, add them to a bowl and drizzle in about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to season this with some garlic powder, smoked paprika, salt, and chili powder. And I'm just going to get my hands in here and make sure that every slice is coated with the seasoning. Now to a parchment lined baking sheet, I'm going to lay out my sweet potato chips, making sure that everything is in an even layer. You don't want the sweet potatoes overlapping each other because then they won't end up crispy. They'll start seaming and then you just have a pan full of soggy potatoes and that defeats the purpose of the nachos we're trying to make. Everything is laid out in an even layer, as you can see, and I'm gonna pop these babies in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes, flipping halfway until they are golden and slightly crispy on the edges. While those are doing their thing in the oven, we are going to work on our toppings. Now this part, you could really freestyle, use what you have in your house and just build upon that. So I am going to be using black beans for one of my toppings, so to a pot. I'm adding in a little bit of olive oil. Then I'm going in with some cilantro. I keep my cilantro preserved in the oven so they're in like ice cube forms, and we're just going to cook that down in the pot. Next, I'm going in with a can of black beans. I rinsed and drained these. And of course, we love flavor around here, so I'm going in with some garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and salt. Also, a little pro tip, fun fact for you, if you have problems digesting beans, it gives you gas when you eat it, putting in some cumin or a little bit of ginger in with your beans helps you digest them better. I'm also going to put in a little bit of water just to help with the cooking process. And we're gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes just so all the flavors can marry each other. While the beans simmer away, I'm going to finally dice some red onion, which is going to be another topping that I'm putting on here. So I'm just making some small slices. Chopping it up this way. I feel like red onions really adds some extra pizzazz to things like nachos or salads. I usually love pickled red onions, but because I had this already cut up in my fridge and I need to get rid of it, we're going to use fresh onion. My sweet potatoes are baked and out of the oven, and my black beans are nice and flavorful after they've been simmered for about 5 minutes. And I quickly want to go over the additional toppings that I'm going to put on my nachos. Again, this is just literally what I had in the fridge. This could be it could be mismatched in whichever way you want your nachos to be. So I have the diced onions that I cut up earlier in this video, some store-bought salsa. This is mild. Absolutely love salsa. I have some mixed greens. This is a herb mix. I absolutely love the herb mix because they come with fresh cilantro in there, and I think that really elevates your salads and also just nachos. And last but not least, I also have some cashew crema. I made this about a week ago. I had it in my fridge and I needed to use it up. It is so delicious, y'all. I actually have to stop myself from eating this with a spoon and just by itself because it's so delicious. This is made with some soaked cashews, garlic, some cilantro, salt, water, blend it all up, and it's just delicious and also versatile because you could use this on what I'm using it for now, nachos. I've also used this on some enchiladas. You could use it as your like spread for sandwiches, etc. It's really good. The recipe for it is actually in my 7-day meal plan that I've been working on that will be out to the public very soon, and I'm so excited about it. Now, of course, if you don't have these things, that's also fine. Some things that I would suggest for toppings would be maybe some sliced up avocado or some pre-made guacamole, diced tomatoes, pickled onions. You could use spinach, fresh spinach leaves. You could use shredded cabbage as your crunch and fiber factor. What else? If you eat sour cream, you could use sour cream. There really is no right way to top off nachos in my opinion. Ooh, you could also do pickled jalapeños. I absolutely love those. I just don't have any. I finished them a few weeks ago. I have to make more. So to the bottom of our plate, I just neatly stacked my sweet potato chips. Then I'm going to top it with our beans. Just want to stir it up a little bit. Spread it around evenly. I'm going to sprinkle on my diced red onions. Use as much or as little as your heart desires. Then our cilantro. Ooh, not cilantro. Our salsa. Just dollop it around. Then our cashew crema. So good, guys. And then you're gonna just top it off with your mixed greens. These nachos is one of those meals that is light enough for lunch, but also satisfying enough where you could have it for dinner. And it's completely customizable depending on what you have in your refrigerator. And as a bonus, it is naturally gluten-free, it's dairy-free, packed with fiber and also protein. This meal is very nourishing and flavorful. Alright Foodie Fam, if you try this recipe, tag me on Instagram at Chantel's Foodventures or leave a comment below and let me know what you think of this recipe. I would love to see your creations. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more recipes like this one that are fat loss friendly and equally flavorful. Until next time, remember, healthy does not mean boring.